Hey friends, Marcy here at M Theory Yoga in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Today we're going to be focusing on the backs of our hips, so the glutes and the hamstrings. Vinyasa yoga is really good at stretching out and lengthening the backs of the hips when you consider all the downward facing dogs we do as well as forward bends. So I already know you spend a lot of time lengthening the backs of the hips. We're going to work on strengthening them. So let's get started today on our backs. Lay down and bend your knees, plant your feet on the mat underneath your hips. Arms come down by your side. We're going to do some rolling bridges here to start to warm up the spine and the backs of our hips. So as you exhale, I want you to empty out. Draw the navel down toward the spine. As you do, you should feel the tailbone lift. Continue to lift up the sacrum and nice and slowly roll all the way up into a really not back bendy bridge. And then as you're ready, navel draws in and you're going to lower down nice and slow. Good, a few more like this. Exhale, navel in, roll up. Inhale at the top. And exhale, navel in and roll down. Good. A few more at your own pace. Next time you roll up into your bridge, just stay here for a moment. Again, nice and easy breath, and not trying to do a back bend here, just starting to warm up the backs of the hips. Good, as you're ready, lower it down. Bring the knees into your chest. You can rock and roll your way up. You can roll to your side, but we're all meeting in downward facing dog. So as you're ready, press through the palms, lift through the hips. If you need to, a little bit of a bend in the knees, lengthen the spine. Start to settle in and take a moment to just feel your body in this first downward facing dog. Notice any physical sensation. Good, on your next inhale, come forward into your plank pose. Shoulders over your wrists. Press through the palms. And then from here, I want you to firm the thighs and then firm the glutes. Good, as you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, slide back, plank pose. Again, thighs are firm, glutes are firm. Nice, downward facing dog. And then last time, inhale, come forward to your plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, lift the right leg up. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through. Lower your left knee down to the mat. Just some dynamic movement here. Slide back into a half split and shift forward into a low lunge. Nice and easy back and forth. I forgot to mention that you may want a block for class today if you have a block. If you don't have a block, and I don't have a block today, I'm going to just use my water bottle in the same way that I use a block. Good, I want you to slide back into your half split and stay. From here, lift the chest, find a little bit longer spine. And then with this right heel, I want you to press down into the mat, and then create the action as if you're trying to drag that heel back toward your hip. So right now, this right hamstring is nice and long, and that action of trying to pull back is creating some tone in the muscle. Good, and then go ahead and shift back into this low lunge. From here, plant your left palm down and kickstand your left foot. We're gonna go to a modified side plank. And then lift this right leg up, so it's almost like a modified half moon. From here, I want you to bend your right knee and bring your heel toward the back of your hip. Don't catch the foot yet. I just want you to stay with this action of trying to pull the heel as close as you can behind you and feel the muscles on the back of your hip engage. They should start talking to you. Now from here, go ahead and take your right hand, Catch your foot, and then with your foot, press into the hand and open up the chest, open up the front of that hip. Nice. And then from here, let the foot go and find plank again. Inhale in your plank. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Palms by the ribs, we're going to take a cobra pose. Inhale, lift the chest. And then with the palms, press into the mat and then pull back. Good. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Let's do that on the left. Inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through. Right knee down, and then just some dynamic movement as you shift forward and back in between a half split and this low lunge. Nice, and then as you're ready, slide back, stay in this half split, lift the chest up, and then with this left heel, you're gonna press down into the mat, but then you're also gonna pull back. So you're lengthening the left hamstring here, and this steady action of trying to pull back is gonna create some tone in the muscle as it is lengthening. Good, go ahead and shift back into a low lunge. Plant your right palm under your shoulder and kickstand that right foot. We're gonna come to this modified side plank. And then from here, float the left foot up into the air. So it's almost like a modified half moon. Maybe you could call it a quarter moon. Good, and then bend this left knee, bring the heel behind you toward the back of the hip. And I don't want you to catch the foot yet. I want you to just stay with this action of pulling the heel toward your butt and working the muscles on the back of the hip. Nice. Now go ahead and reach back with that left hand. Catch the foot. And once you have a hold of the foot, press the foot into the hand. And feel the opening in the shoulder and the front of that left hip. Good. Release the foot. Come to plank. Inhale in your plank. And then come all the way down to the mat for cobra pose. Inhale, cobra, chest lifts. And with the hands, create the action as if you're trying to pull the mat behind you. Good, downward facing dog. As you exhale. All right, inhale, lift the right leg up. As you exhale, step the foot through. A little more dynamic work here. Just some side lunges, side to side. I really like these a lot. They help warm up my hips, which are notoriously tight at the beginning of any practice. Who am I kidding? They're tight at the end of practice too. Good, and then as you're ready, start to make your way to a high lunge facing the front of your mat. And then from this high lunge, I want you to put a little bend in this left knee, and then walk up to the thigh. So we're gonna go to crescent, but before we go to crescent, I want you to take your hands to the front of your hips. So dig in, feel your hip bones, and then lift the hips up. That action probably already created some engagement in that left glute, but if it didn't, I really want you to firm this left glute, and then a little bit with this left foot. Think about dragging forward. Maintain that, stretch the arms up, come to crescent lunge. Good, and then in your crescent lunge, interlace your fingers at the top, and then bend the elbows, and then with your wrist, I want you to catch the base of your skull. Lift up through the elbows, and then let the weight of your head open up the chest here. So you can take this into a little bit of a back bend. Good, as you exhale, hands to the mat, step to plank. Inhale in your plank, then as you exhale, lower down. Let's go to locust pose. So send your hands back, lift your chest, and then lift the feet and really extend through the legs. Good, as you exhale, downward facing dog. Locust pose is a really great pose for strengthening the backs of the hips. It's really one of my go-to back bends. All right, side to left leg lifts, inhale. Step the foot all the way through. And again, these dynamic side lunges, side to side. And you're getting these because I need them. I've heard these called ninja lunges. I've heard them called Cossack squats, whatever you want to call them. Just kind of get some blood flowing into those hips. And then whenever you're ready, high lunge. All right, little bend in that right knee. Come on up to the thigh. Compose yourself, find your balance. And then fingers are going to dig in. Find those hip bones. Lift the front of the hips up. That in of itself, in my body, it really turns on that right glute. If you're not feeling it, squeeze that glute. Keep that. Right foot's pressing down, it's dragging forward. Keep that. Fingers to the sky, crescent lunge. Good, and then interlace your fingers. Bend your elbows. With your wrists, catch the base of your skull. And then elbows lift up. And take a little back bend here. Let the weight of the head open up the chest. Good, as you're ready, hands to the mat, plank pose. Inhale in your plank, and as you exhale, lower all the way down. Locust pose, inhale, lift the chest. Stretch the toes out, and if you can, lift the thighs up as well. Good, downward facing dog. Take a moment in downward facing dog. With the palms, think about pushing them out forward. Use that down and forward action with the hands to send the hips up. Front ribs are drawing toward the back ribs. Shoulders are strong, feet are pressing into the mat. All right, inhale, look forward. And then as you exhale, start to walk your way into a standing forward bend. Feet are wide, maybe as wide as the hips. Relax the head and neck. Turn this into a nice and easy ragdoll here just for a moment. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Good, and then from here, bring your hands to the hips, lift your chest. And I want you to think about really pressing through the heels to come up. All right, so we are going to move through some salutations, crescent salutations to start, and then some sun A. Really focusing on finding that nice rhythmic breath to maintain through the rest of our practice. Crescent salutations to start with locust pose. Hands at heart center, feet firmly planted underneath the hips. As you inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. As you exhale, fold, hinge at the hips, release the head and neck. Half lift on your inhale, slide your chest forward, draw your shoulders back. And then as you exhale, step the right leg back for crescent. Inhale, crescent lunge, right glute is nice and engaged. As you exhale, frame the foot, step to plank. Inhale in your plank. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat for locust. Inhale, locust, lift the chest and reach through your feet. Down dog, exhale. Nice. Inhale, right leg up. As you exhale, step the foot through for crescent. Inhale, crescent lunge, left glute is nice and engaged. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward fold at the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Good, refold as you exhale. And then drive through the legs. Inhale, sweep up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, right back down. We're gonna do it again on the left. Inhale, half lift, slide your chest forward. Exhale, left leg back for crescent. Inhale, crescent, left glute is firm. Exhale, frame your foot, plank. Inhale, plank. As you exhale all the way down, locust pose. Inhale, locust, lift your chest and reach through your feet. Downward facing dog, exhale. Last one. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step through for crescent as you exhale. Inhale, crescent, right glutes nice and firm. As you exhale, frame your foot. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Half lift, inhale, lift your chest. Refold, exhale. Strong legs bring you to the top. Urdhva Hastasana. Palms together, thumbs to the breastbone. Continuing on, maintaining this breath. Sun salutation A. Inhale, stretch the fingers to the sky. As you exhale, fold. Half lift on your inhale. As you exhale, step to plank. Inhale, plank. As you exhale, chaturanga or all the way to the floor. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's just do one more sun A. As you inhale, look to the top of the mat. As you exhale, step or hop into your fold. Half lift, inhale. Refold on your exhale. Good, strong legs bring you all the way up, inhale. And exhale, take it right back down into your fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, step or hop into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And then downward facing dog. Really nice, y'all. Take a moment in downward dog, check in. Notice your breath. Notice your body. Maybe notice where your mind is going. Notice all these things without judgment. And we're going to move on. Continue to work the backs of the hips as we try to maintain that breath of salutations. All right, right leg lifts, inhale. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through. We're going to go to warrior one. So that back heel is going to spin down to the mat. This first round of warrior one, just come up nice and easy, like no big deal. And then just like we did in crescent, I want you to first straighten this leg. Find the front of your hips with your fingers. Lift the front rim of your pelvis up. That action in my body, it just really fires up that left glute. So if it did that, great. If not, firm your left glute. And then rebend this right knee. Get as low as you can while keeping the pelvis neutral. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Warrior one. Good, and then like we did in crescent lunge, interlace your fingers overhead, bend the elbows, and catch the base of your skull with your inner wrists. Lift up through the elbows, and then take this into a little back bend, if that works in your body. Good, and then as you exhale, let that go. Bring your hands to your heart. Pivot onto the ball of your left foot. So you're basically in crescent again. Lift your chest and take this into warrior three pose. Good, keeping the chest lifting up. Spread the toes and reach through that left foot. I want you to firm the left thigh and really lift that left heel up high enough that you're feeling that left glute engage. Now, focusing on this right glute, you're going to drive through that right heel, and I want you to come all the way up to standing, maybe without dropping this left foot down. Good, keep the chest lifted, hinge at the hips, come back to warrior three. Inhale in your warrior three. As you exhale, come to standing split. So let the head and neck go. Bring your hands to the mat to start. Then I want you to bend this right knee really deeply. Bend it nice and deep, enough that your belly is just laying on your right thigh. Keep your left hand on the mat. Take your right hand to your right calf. And I want you to push into your calf with your right hand. And then I want you to work your right leg straight or towards straight against the resistance of your right hand. Good, as you're ready, both feet on the floor. Inhale, half lift, slide your chest forward. As you exhale, step to plank again. Inhale in your plank, and then exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. We're gonna go to Sphinx pose, and for today, I want you to take Sphinx pose with your hands interlaced. I want you to press your outer wrists down into the mat, and then pull back, lift the chest. Good, from here, elbows are under your shoulders. You shouldn't need to adjust the arms or the elbows at all. Come into a forearm plank. Inhale in your forearm plank. As you exhale, lower down to the mat for Sphinx again. Outer wrist press down and pull back, lift the chest. Good, and then down dog, lower the chest. Hands are gonna come back by the ribs. All right, let's do that on the left. Left leg lifts as you inhale. Step the foot all the way through, right heel down, warrior one. And again, just kind of come up because you know you're gonna work your way into it. So just come up, don't worry about the arms. Left leg's gonna straighten. Find the front of your hips, so dig into those hip bones. Lift them up. And again, in my body, that action of lifting them up fires up my right glute nice and strongly. If that didn't happen, squeeze it, you got it. Keep that nice and strong, engagement in the right glute. Keep the hips neutral, rebend the knee. Get as low as you can, and then stretch up. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Good, nice steady breath. And then same thing that we did in crescent, interlace the fingers. Bend the elbows, inner wrists are gonna catch the base of your skull. Lift up through the elbows and then let the weight of your noggin open up the chest and bring you into a bit of a back bend. Nice, let that go, hands to your heart. Lifting the chest and then pivoting onto the ball of the right foot. So again, you're basically back in crescent pose. Inhale, and then as you exhale, warrior three pose. Take a moment in your warrior three. Firm the thigh, maybe spread the toes, and then lift that right heel up high enough that you start to feel this right glute engage. Good, and now focusing in on the standing leg. You're gonna drive through that left heel, come all the way up to standing. If you can, come all the way up to full hip extension and don't drop this right foot. Nice, and then hinging at the hips, you're gonna come back to warrior three. Nice and slow, there's no rush. Good. And then as you're ready, standing split. So starting out, letting the head and neck go. Both hands will start at the mat. And then bend this left knee nice and deeply so you can just lay your belly on your left thigh. Take your left hand behind the leg, so about at your calf. And you really push into the leg. And then start to work this left leg. Ooh, I'm about to fall over. Work this left leg towards straight against the resistance of your arm. Nice. Both feet on the floor when you're ready, standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, step to plank. Inhale in your plank. As you exhale, come all the way to the floor. So Sphinx pose, again, with your hands interlaced. Outer wrist press into the mat and pull back. Good, and then from here, find a forearm plank. Good, take a moment in your forearm plank. So firm your glutes, firm your thighs. Then lower back down. Sphinx pose, outer wrist again, press down and pull back. Nice, downward dog. All right, so we're gonna work some of that again and continue to focus on the backs of the hips. Inhale, right leg up. So you exhale, step the foot through, going back to warrior one. Back heel drops. Inhale, stretch up, warrior one. Left glute is nice and strong.
And then this time, bend your right elbow and left hand's gonna catch your right elbow. I think this is called archer pose. If it's not, oh well. Good, and then as you're ready, hands to your heart, pivot, lifting that left heel. We're going back to warrior three. As you exhale, warrior three pose. Good, really reaching through that left leg, lifting the heel up high enough that you feel that left glute engage. Drive through this right heel. Come all the way up to standing. Inhale at the top. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, come right back to warrior three. Left leg's nice and strong. Good, one more time now. Drive through the heel. Come all the way up. And then let this left foot drop right underneath your hips. I want your feet a little bit separated. We're gonna go to chair. Bend the knees, inhale, come to chair pose. Now if you normally do chair pose with your feet together, that's fine, but for what we're doing today, I think that having your feet a little bit wider will be a little bit more stable. Good, and so in your chair pose, now I want you to shift as much weight as you can into this right leg, and I want you to come on just onto the toes of your left leg. So as much weight as you can in this right leg. Now I want you to drop the hips back a little bit lower, and then as you exhale, drive through that right heel, come all the way up to full hip extension, and my arms go down. Good, drop it back down into chair, drive it back up, full hip extension, little butt squeeze at the top. Drop it down, drive it up. Last time, drop it down, drive it up, bring your hands to your heart. With your left foot, I want you to pick it up and bring the heel behind you. Good. From here, bring your right arm out in front of you. Now, start to take that left heel up and back toward the ceiling. And so this is a variation of dancer pose where the back of your left hip is holding the shape of the leg instead of your hand catching the foot and holding the shape. Good, as you're ready, come out of that, shake it out. Inhale, stretch up. As you exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. And then exhale, down dog, or chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or child's pose. Or pause the video and go get a snack, whatever. All right, same thing, left leg. Inhale, left leg up. As you exhale, step through for warrior one. Good, inhale, come up. As you do that, right glute should be nice and firm. And then as you exhale, left elbow bends, and right hand is gonna catch your left elbow. Good, and then let that go, hands to your heart. Lift the right heel and lift the chest. As you exhale, come to warrior three. Good, so right leg's extending, right heel's lifting. Then drive through the left heel. Come all the way up, full hip extension at the top. Good, right back to warrior three. One more time, drive through that left heel. Come all the way up. And then right foot is gonna drop underneath your right hip. So your feet will be a little bit wider than maybe normal. And you're gonna come into Utkatasana, chair pose. So drive the thigh bones back, keep the chest lifted. Now start to shift the weight into the left leg. Come onto the toes of the right. So as little weight as you can in this right leg. Get as low as you can in the hip. And then drive through that left heel, come all the way up to full hip extension. Good, now drop back down into this kind of single leg chair. Drive through the heel, come all the way up. Good, drop it down. Drive it up. One more. Drop it down. Drive it up. Good, hands to your heart. Lift the right foot up, bringing the heel toward the back of the hip. Knee should just be right underneath the hip. Then from here, start to send the heel back and up. Left arm's gonna come up. Lift the chest. So basically a variation of dancer pose where instead of the arm catching the foot and holding the leg in place, the back of the hips have to hold the leg in place. Good, coming out of that. When you're ready, shake it out if you need to. Inhale, stretch up. As you exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. And then down dog or chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or child's pose. Nice, okay, we're gonna do that just one last time. Inhale, right leg up. As you exhale, step the foot through, left heel down. Inhale, warrior one, firm that left glute. Good, as you exhale, go ahead and bring the hands to your heart, pivot. Lift the chest, inhale, and exhale, warrior three. Good, drive through that right heel, come all the way up. And then hinge at the hips, back to warrior three. Good, last time, drive it up. And then left foot steps down, feet under your hips. Inhale, chair pose. And then as you exhale, weight is going to go into this right leg. And this time you can come up onto the toes, or if you want, lift the left foot all together off the mat. Good, drop the hips as low as you can. And then drive all the way up, full hip extension. Good, so we're just basically working on some progressions for a pistol squat, which is my ultimate dream one day, if I could have the hip and ankle mobility to do that. Good, one more, come all the way up. And then this time, hands to the heart, pull that heel back toward, the left heel's pulling back toward the back of the hip. So make the hip do as much as it can first, and then reach back with the left hand to catch the foot. I like to catch the inside of my foot with my thumb facing up. So the soft part of my elbow is going to be facing away from my body. Right arm is going to reach forward. Once you have the foot, press the foot into the hand and find some length behind you. Natajurasana, dancer pose. Good, let that go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Half lift as you inhale. As you exhale, straight to down dog, or take a vinyasa, or take a child's pose. All right, last time through. Left leg lifts, inhale. Step it through, warrior one. Inhale, warrior one, firm that right glute. As you exhale, bring your hands to the heart and lift the right heel. Inhale, lift the chest. Keep the chest lifting as you come into warrior three on your exhale. Good, and then drive through that left heel. Come all the way up, full hip extension. Good, warrior three, last time I promise. Good, drive through the heel, come up. Right foot's gonna land underneath your hip. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And then weight into the left leg, either just on the toes of the right, or lift the foot up all together off the mat. I like to bring my arms out in front of me, drop the hips as low as you can, come all the way up, full hip extension. Good, drop as low as you can, come all the way up. I think we did three. Drop down, come all the way up. Good, and then keep pulling this right heel back toward the back of the hip. Make the muscles of the hip, get the foot as close as you can, then reach back. So don't do the bringing the foot to the hand. Excuse me. Don't reach down for the foot. Make the foot come to the hand. Left arm forward. Press the foot into the hand. Dancer pose. Chest is moving forward and up. Foot is pushing into the hand and going in the opposite direction. Good, let it go. Shake it out, whatever you need. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, down dog, or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. So we're gonna do a new flow, and this next round you may want your block. And again, if you don't have a block, maybe a water bottle would work. I'm gonna take a sip of my water bottle and then I'm gonna use it like I would a block. All right, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, step the foot through. We're gonna go to warrior two. And then like we did in warrior one, I want you to straighten that right leg. And in warrior two, a lot of times this front hip is dropping down and the back hip is lifting up. So I want you to level out your hips. So take your hand to your right hip and your hand to your left hip. Feel where they are in relationship to each other. And then if the right hip is lower than the left, lift it up so it's level. Firm this left glute, firm this left thigh, and then rebend the knee. Get as low as you can without, again, dropping the hip forward. So level hips, nice and low in your warrior two. Stretch the arms forward. Good, steady breath here as if you were still doing your sun salutations. Good, and then from here, we're gonna go to half moon. Take your left hand to your left hip. Take your gaze forward of your right foot, and then maybe reach for your block or your water bottle. Left leg is gonna lift up, left arm is gonna reach up, and then like you did in that first variation of dancer, I want you to bend this left knee, bring the heel as far back toward the hip as you can, but don't catch the foot. So really work the foot toward the back of your hip, work the back of the hip muscles. Nice. Straighten the left leg, bend the right knee, step back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, frame the foot, come to a side plank on the left. Option if you want it to drop that left knee down and take the variation of side plank that we took in the beginning of class. Good, and then from here, right leg lifts, bend the right knee, bring the heel back, again, toward the back of the hip. Nice, as you're ready, plank pose, inhale plank, exhale lower all the way to the mat for locust. Inhale locust, lift the chest, and then downward facing dog. All right, same thing on the left. Left leg lifts. As you exhale, step it through and come up for warrior two. And then straighten the left leg. So again, hands to the hips, feel where your hips are. My left hip is just slightly lower than my right, so I'm gonna lift it up, level it, rebend the knee, get nice and deep. My right glute is nice and firm. Then I'm gonna re-stretch my arms, gaze over the top of my hand. Steady breath as if you were still doing sun A. Ooh, and I want that water bottle over here. You didn't see that. All right, from here we're gonna take it to half moon. So right hand can come to your hip to start. Start to look forward in front of your mat, and then you're gonna shift your weight into that left leg. Maybe that left hand comes to your block or your water bottle. Right leg's gonna lift up, right arm's gonna come up. And then bend this right knee. Bring the heel of your right heel toward the back of your hip. And just take some time here, really work the back of your hip. Good, straighten the leg. Left knee bends, step into warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, frame the foot. Going to side plank on the right. So again, if you want to drop that right knee, kickstand that right foot, go for it. Left leg's gonna lift. Bend the knee, bring the heel back toward the back of the hip. Good. Plank pose. And then lower to the mat as you exhale. Inhale, locust, and then downward facing dog. All right, we'll do that one more time on each side. And this round, if you actually want to catch the foot in both a half moon and side plank, go for it. If you can't catch the foot, I recommend continuing to work the muscles on the back of your hip instead of trying to bring the knee to your chest, grab the foot, and then take it around. So training the muscles on the back of the hip to do their job. All right. Right leg lifts as you inhale. As you exhale, step through. And then inhale, warrior two. As you exhale, start to make your way into half moon. There's no rush. Use your water bottle, use your block if you need to. Lift this left leg up. Bend the left knee. Bring the heel as far back as you can. Then reach the left hand back and maybe catch the foot. If you got the foot, press the foot into the hand, sugar cane pose. If you still can't reach your foot, no worries. Continue to work the back of your hip. At some point, you will get that foot. Not today, maybe, but at some point if you continue to train the muscles. Good, let your foot go. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Good, as you exhale, frame the foot. So we're gonna take it to side plank on the left. And then if you want, right leg lifts. Bend the knee. Right hand reaches back and catches the foot. Woo! Kapinjalasana, partridge pose. Press the foot into the hand. And then down dog or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. I thought about taking a chaturanga there for just a second. But then I realized that it was very unnecessary. All right, last time through. I'm gonna remember to move my water bottle this time. All right, left leg lifted up. As you exhale, step it through. And then inhale, warrior two. As you exhale, half moon pose. Water bottle or block if you need it for that left arm. Right leg's gonna lift. Bend the right knee. Work the back of the hip first, and then if you can, right hand's gonna reach back, find the foot. Press the foot into the hand, sugar cane pose. Good, let the foot go. Bend the knee, come back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, frame your foot. We're gonna take it to side plank on the right. And then if you want, lift the left leg, bend the left knee, pull the heel back behind you. Oh my gosh. Catch the foot, press the foot into the hand, Kapinjalasana. Woo! Down dog, or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Child's pose, take a nap if you need to. We're gonna do one last arm balance, and then a few back bends. All right, downward dog when you're ready. Inhale, right leg up. And then as you exhale, I want you to step this right foot outside your right hand. Drop the left knee down. And then we're gonna come into a variation of half split where your leg's a little bit at an angle. So go ahead and slide back into a half split with a little bit of an angle. So before we did a half split where the leg was kind of straight in front of you, but now it's just at a bit of an angle. But same thing, I want you to press this right heel down and pull back. And then if you want, you're warmer now, you're welcome to take this into a deeper split. This angle really can help make the splits a little more accessible for people. But in a second here, we're gonna do Ekapada Vinyasa 2, or flying lizard, which is basically this on top of a chaturanga. Good, so when you're ready, there's really no graceful way to come out of this. Come out of it. Shift back into this runner's lunge. From this runner's lunge, I want you to lift the left knee off the mat. Take your right hand, catch behind your ankle here, and then you're gonna hook your right shoulder or your right upper arm underneath your right thigh, okay? Then, right hand, plant it on the mat behind the line of this right heel. Walk your left hand back and take a moment here, look at your hands, and they should be set up as if you were about to do chaturanga. Because again, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do the splits on top of chaturanga. Then start to walk this right foot out until it can lift. Take your gaze forward. Elbows are gonna bend and you're gonna shift the weight forward until you come into flying lizard. Ta-da! Woo! Downward facing dog when you're ready. We gotta do that on the other side. All right. Left leg lifts when you're ready, and then as you exhale, you're gonna step the foot outside the hand. You're gonna drop the right knee down, and then you're gonna slide back into this half split, and this is kind of my wonky hamstring. So, this half split where your leg's a little bit at an angle to the hip. Lift the chest. And again, the action of this left heel, it's pressing down into the mat, but I also want you to create the action as if it's trying to pull back. And that's gonna just create some tone in the hamstrings as you stretch them. Then you can stay here, or if you want to take it into a deeper split, you're welcome to walk that right leg back. Again, this is not my great side. My right hip and my left hamstring are a little bit tighter. Good, and then as you're ready, come out of it. I don't know a graceful way to come out of it. If y'all do, I would love to hear it. You can write it in the comments how you can be more graceful than me. I would love it. Lift the right knee. Taking it into flying lizard. So left hand, grab behind your left ankle and hook the left shoulder underneath your thigh. Walk the left hand behind the left heel. Step the right hand back. Take a moment, look down. You want a nice strong base, and just confirm, yes, my hands look exactly like they would look if I were going to do chaturanga. Once you've established that, start to walk this left foot out at that angle until it gets light and you can lift it. Look forward, elbows bend, weight of the body moves forward until that right leg lifts, and you take it to flying lizard. Really nice. If you want to take a flow after that, go for it. We're going to meet on our backs. We're going to do several back bends. The first back bend is really more of a back of hip strengthener than very bending in your spine. So I call this an extended bridge. You're basically going to lay all the way straight. And then I want your arms right by your side. Bend your elbows. With your whole body straight, I want you to flex your feet, take your heels, same action that we did in the half split. Dig the heels into the mat, press down and pull back. And then squeeze your butt to lift your hips off the mat. So heels are digging in, they're pressing down, they're pulling back. The only parts of your body that you should feel on the mat are the back of your head, the backs of your shoulders, the backs of your arms, and the backs of your heels. Hamstrings are firing, glutes are firing. No part of your leg should be on the mat. Good, let that go when you're ready. You can do that again if you would like, or go ahead and take it into a regular bridge pose. We started out in bridge, just some nice easy rolling bridges. You're a lot warmer now, so go ahead and take it into your back bend. Lift your hips. Good, press through the feet. And then go ahead and shimmy your shoulders under the body. So chest is gonna lift. Nice steady breath in your bridge as if you were still doing Sene. Give yourself about 5 cycles of breath here. Bridge pose is a really great strengthener for the glutes, for the hamstrings. Good, as you're ready, lower down. Take the feet as wide as the mat, let the knees fall into each other. All right, so we're gonna do wheel next. If wheel is not something that you want to do, take another bridge. Bridge is excellent for strengthening the backs of your hips. But if wheel is in your practice, go for it. So when you're ready, bridge or wheel. If you're going to wheel, palms are going to flip back by your shoulders. And go ahead and press up. So if you are in wheel, notice if your arms are straight. We'll do one more round of bridge or wheel, but I'm going to also show you a pose called Viparita Dandasana. In order to be able to do Viparita Dandasana, you should be able to straighten your arms in wheel, and you should also be comfortable placing a little bit of weight on your neck. Go ahead and come down if you haven't already. Baddha Konasana for a moment. Soles of the feet together, knees open. I'm going to show you right now how to get into Viparita. Go ahead and stay in Supta Baddha Konasana and just turn your head toward your screen. So, to get into Viparita, you're going to start out in wheel, and again, 2 requirements: straight arms and some comfort with putting a little bit of weight on the crown of your head. Once you're in wheel, look back, notice where your hands are, and you're going to gently bring the crown of your head in between your index fingers. And then you're going to walk your elbows back into headstand and clasp your hands behind you. We did this in crescent, we did this in warrior 1. Press through the elbows, Viparita Dandasana. So as you're ready, go ahead and come into wheel, or if you're doing bridge again, bridge. Once you get into wheel and your arms are straight, look at where your index fingers are. Lower the crown of the head in between your index fingers. And then move your elbows back into headstand, clasping the hands behind you. And you can keep the head on the mat if you want, or you can press into the forearms and lift the head. When you're ready to come out of it, you are going to bring yourself back up into wheel. So one hand at a time back to the mat. And then nice and gently lower yourself down. Good. Find a neutral spine for about 5 cycles of breath. That could be Baddha Konasana or constructive rest. You can bring the feet wider than the hips and let the knees fall toward one another. Take some time here to just pay attention. Pay attention to the body. Pay attention to the breath. Pay attention to the body. Pay attention to the breath without judgment. So just recognize any little sensation that you have for what it is. Just a feeling in the body that we all have. as you're ready, recline pigeon, right ankle, left knee. From here, you can, if this is enough of a hip opener for you, stay with that. Otherwise, catch this left thigh. Try to keep your the backs of the hips on the mat here. So tendency is to round the spine, lift the hips, draw the backs of the hips down to the mat. Let the spine be in its natural curve. Good, and then as you lengthen out this outer right hip, create the action as if this right ankle is trying to push into the thigh, and then move that right knee away from the body. So the right knee is moving toward the front of the mat. Nice, we'll take this straight and do a recline twist. So let the left thigh go. You can keep the right ankle where it is, bring your arms out like a T, and then just let this right foot fall to the left side of your mat. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Good, come back to center. Recline pigeon on the left, left ankle, right thigh. Stay here, if this is enough hip opener for you. If not, catch your right thigh. Try to keep that spine neutral so you're not lifting the hips up off the mat. Low back is in its natural curve. And then as this right thigh is trying to bring the left foot closer to the body, have the left foot press back into the thigh, and then draw that left knee away from you. Nice, let the right thigh go. Arms out like a T, and then we'll take it to a recline twist so you can let that left foot fall to the right. And you can take your gaze over your left shoulder. Good, come back to center. And then from here, give yourself a hug because you did such a great job. Bring your knees into your chest, squeeze it in nice and tight. And then from here, Shavasana, legs extend, arms relax, close the eyes. Let the temples relax, let the jaw relax. Allow yourself this time. You deserve just a little bit of time with nothing to do but just to be in your body. So give yourself a minute or two if you can, 10 minutes if you can, however much time you can. Stay in Shavasana longer, please stay. If you're ready to come out, nice and easy, any little movement you need to come back. Maybe start to circle your ankles and your wrists. And start to deepen your breath. That next inhale, stretch overhead. And as you exhale, bend your knees, roll onto your side. Stay on your side long enough to appreciate the fact that you made it to your mat today, which is harder than any pose you may have done. Just the act of getting there. And then press through the palms and sit up. Thank you all so much for watching this video and joining me today. Bringing my thumbs to third eye center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much.